Hey, hey, hey!
What's cooking?
It's what's cooking is a zucchini, because we've got a lot of them, corn, cheese, like unbelievable contraption. Supposedly it's like a zucchini pie without a crust. Ooh, it's noisy out there, Philip Fredrickson. So, I've got zucchini, and we fresh from the garden. I grew them. Oh my god, that's so cool. And we're going to use this cool, nifty thing. How's everybody doing? We have returned to doing a couple little cooking episodes. Numbers are spiking and people need to wear their mask and be careful. So, hey Tom Chapman. Oh my gosh, I'm totally intimidated Susan Savica is watching. And she's an amazing chef. So phenomenal. So anyway, we're going to use this little dude and not cut my knuckles off or my fingers. And we're going to also, so these are getting nice. Oh, Mackenzie's going to chime in on everything. So we've got these beautifully sliced zucchini. And we also are going to take an onion. I leave the root connected so that I don't cry. Mackenzie, move. Come on. She's gonna start going crazy. So anyway, we're gonna take about a half an onion. This is a big one, and it's also a sweet onion. I'm using my knife that Eric got me. I don't know how to cut very well, so just know that I'm just gonna kind of fake it till I make it. Ooh, it's a really good knife though. I love the way chefs can actually, you know, like totally just rock the knife, you know? Okay, so we're gonna saute onions, and then we're going to saute them in butter and olive oil both. We're going to then add the zucchini and mushrooms. Let that all kind of get lathered up in a good saute with the onions and the butter and the olive oil. Then we're gonna add some oregano, some thyme.
That's a first.
Poor Mackenzie. She's in doggy timeout and she's not happy. She's like woo. You know what, honey, get her out. It's not fair.
It's gonna be too loud out here.
I know, but.
But what?
I know. Poor little Mackenzie now. Okay. So let me get the pan going.
Wow, those are pretty flowers.
Aren't my flowers beautiful? Smarty pants. I don't know where I got them. Okay, gonna add some butter to the oil. Got my little spreader here. Get that rocking. So once we get all that sauteed, oh, I know what I need. Hey Philip, I need the corn out of the freezer in the garage.
Frozen? Can you take it?
Oh my god, that's hilarious. One of the key ingredients to the zucchini pie is it's a zucchini corn cheese pie, and I almost forgot one of the key ingredients. I don't have fresh corn on the cob, but I do have fresh frozen corn. That's what we're gonna use. So we're gonna I think I'm gonna make a double recipe, but I won't bore you with that right now. I'm just up to my ears in zucchini. You know, we got a lot of zucchini happening around this place. I didn't even go look today, so I have no idea how much more zucchini could be out there. But we are going to use this up. Then,
Is that enough?
Yeah, should be, but.
I don't know if we have more, but.
Oh, we do. We have
I
lots.
thought I got 2 bags of that when I bought it. So
We're going to pretend that it's fresh off the cob.
Oh, I just stuck it in that little bag so it looked frozen, so it's easy for everybody
I
else.
like it,
to
like was it Mr. Green Jeans or, what was that? Remember that show that had, or the commercial for the fresh?
Oh no, the Jolly Green Giant.
Yeah. It's like you're my Jolly Green Giant.
I am not.
I like it. Okay, add the onions. Kind of out of practice because I haven't cooked in a few days. Slide these in. All right. So what else is going on with everybody? I need a little spatula. Anybody have anything going on out there in the world that they want to tell me about? I can't hear you, but I'd love to know. Philip, what did we do today?
We buyer seminar for us for tomorrow.
Tomorrow at 3 o'clock. We're doing a Zoominar for first-time home buyers.
Set up a showing of a house tomorrow for a new buyer.
True. And it's Robin and John's listing on
Yeah, that'll be fun.
3rd Avenue. Super stoked, okay.
And then
You
got the
wouldn't
car
clean-
fixed.
Yeah, the car fixed,
Went
yeah.
and clean our Oceanside listing after multiple showings yesterday,
'Cause
just in
that's what we
case the
do.
buyers didn't do it.
We clean listings.
Yeah.
Even though on Monday that reverted back to the buyer's agent, we still want to make sure. Hey Gwen, I'm making a zucchini corn, multiple cheeses. I'm going to put 4 whipped eggs from the girls. I see Chad watching. Chad is like a crazy awesome baker. Right, Chad? Type in what your business is so you can share it with other people. This is all about supporting all of our small businesses, all of the people out there that are not working. And if these numbers keep spiking, there's threats that, ooh, my goodness, we're gonna be in big trouble and get shut down again.
That'll never happen.
You don't think?
No, people will rebel.
All right, well, okay, so let's put
Not
some,
everybody.
let's
but
put some
enough.
pepper in that. Let's put a little salt. Chad typed in, I miss you. Yes, I miss you too. A little salt. Oh, and we're also gonna have some of these great steaks that Ralph got for us.
Oh, what cut is that?
I
In New
don't-
York?
I don't know.
It almost looks like a ribeye.
I'm not sure. But I'm
I
putting
think
in
it's
a
ribeye.
room temperature, and I've got some garlic that I'm gonna spread on them. So those are going to be cooked on top of the stove. I never cook my steak on the grill. I know I'm like a weirdo, but I don't. I always cook it in my crazy, awesome pan that I got 1,000 years ago at IKEA, and I swear to God it cost $7. And if anyone can find me one of these, I would pay $50 for the $7 pan. None of those other, did you let Mackenzie out?
No.
Oh, is she still in there?
Yeah.
Oh, she's on doggy timeout. Anyway, okay. But anyway, those other griddle pans never worked for me.
Only because she deserves it.
Mackenzie deserves to be locked in. She's got an owie on her foot and had to go to the vet yesterday, and now she's on an antibiotic, and she's on a little pain pill, and I have to soak her little right paw in some kind of little contraption twice a day. It's sad. She got a bath today. That's another thing I did. She got a bath. I did 5 loads of laundry. I had my Trustegrity group meeting this morning on Zoom at 7:30. It's been a long day. It's only 4:40. Holy moly, Batman. So, okay, I'm gonna add the corn. That's gonna be a lot of corn. I definitely not gonna keep you guys here while I do all this, because it's gonna take a while, I would think. But doesn't this sound like a really good recipe? So it's sauteed corn. Hey, Michael McGee, how are you? Gwenny, I know, poor Mackenzie. I feel so bad for her little foot. I noticed that she was kind of bugging, doing something with it. I see Jonathan, hello. Are you heckling me, Jonathan? So, coolest thing, we have a listing in Serra Mesa. I literally hit live in the MLS last Friday, and in 5 minutes, this phenomenal agent who we love,
One
Jonathan.
of our favorites.
Yeah, one of our absolute favorite agents ever called, and he goes, I have a buyer, and you have a listing, and they wrote this crazy amazing, super strong, awesome offer, and our clients accepted it, and we are rolling. You even got your inspection scheduled super quick.
And done.
And done, yeah. So Jonathan's watching.
You're an ace, Jonathan.
Your whole team, we love you guys. If anybody ever thinks realtors are like super, competitive and mean to each other and don't share information, we're all like such a good team.
We're competitive with ourselves.
Yeah, not with
that's
other
the
people.
competition.
We love our people, right?
Absolutely.
So, get that sauteed, then we're gonna add the zucchini, and then we're gonna add the, hey Patty Adams, speaking of other realtors, how are you? Add the zucchini, the mushrooms, let it cool, add oregano, some thyme, I'm gonna add some of this. Have you guys ever seen this? It's pork crumbs. So super keto friendly. It'll give it nice little crisp, pretend it's breading, but it isn't. And then we're gonna add shredded Gruyere cheese. We're gonna add shredded mozzarella cheese. And this thing is one of the coolest inventions ever. Costco. So it's lactose and gluten-free, 13 grams of protein and 1 carb. And it's basically, I love these. It's like a,
It's like a tortilla made out of cheese.
yeah. So what I'll do is once I get everything in the pie dish, which is all oiled up here, and mix it with the eggs and all those ingredients, I'm gonna plop all that cheese on and then top it with this. So that should be delicious. And then at the end, we'll get the broiler and get it, hey Elena, how are you? We'll get it hit under the broiler to get it nice and crispy. This is a really good vegetarian dish that I'm making. However, it is gonna go with steak. And in lieu of potatoes, Philip, don't you think this sounds really good?
It sounds wonderful.
I know. So
Sorry, my phone's blowing.
yesterday we went to Piazza 1909. We got to see Chef Stefano and his son Alberto and his wife Robbie. They run just an amazing restaurant in La Jolla. And
Great Italian food.
talk about, homemade, amazing Italian food, but also the fact that they're one of those restaurants that automatically were the perfect setup because most of their space is outdoors and they're utilizing like the whole back area. So it's a great place to physically distance while staying socially connected and
Easily the tables were 10 feet apart.
oh, without a
It
doubt.
could be more.
And nobody walked in without wearing a mask.
Nope.
However, we did walk down Fay Avenue and there was a fitness center with a boatload of people coming out, like probably 10 or 15, all at the same time, and it's a small space and no one had a mask on. And
But when
that
we
was
looked
super
inside, they were wearing masks inside. So I don't know if they did it and took it off or what they did.
I don't know.
I don't want to give them a bad vibe because we didn't investigate.
Well,
But it didn't look good as they walked out the door
no,
for sure.
it did not.
No.
Okay, so we've got this happening. Now we're gonna add some mushrooms. Gotta love the fact that they're pre-cut and they're all clean.
By the way, San Diego's positivity rate for the running 2 weeks is still 2.9%. We're way ahead of the curve. That's why we're not on the watch list like some of the other counties are.
Well, that's
San Diego's doing really well still.
I think I should have chopped these a little extra. They're kind of chunky.
The mushrooms?
Yeah,
Oh, well, you can still chop them up.
I'm not chopping them up in my pan. Well, it'll cut it up.
Just kind of put them out on your cutting board and chop, and put them back
I
in.
can't do that.
I can.
Yeah, thank God you're not cooking. That would be no bueno.
If I do, you clean the kitchen.
Ha ha ha. I still clean the kitchen. Like I clean all the cabinets, all the door pulls, all the stainless steel appliances. You do the dishes.
I do all the dishes.
Yeah, you are a great dish doer. But,
But you're a great chef. That's why I do.
yeah, thank you, honey. There's a little extra garlic in here, so why don't we just put some in here? Right? Might as well. And I'm going to, I don't think I did it yet, I'm putting cayenne pepper in. If I did, it's gonna be super spicy. And we're missing Jan, so we're only cooking for us. Because our little Mediterranean oregano. Philip loves oregano.
I do. On a lot of stuff.
I'm not a big oregano fan. And the other thing I do not like at all, do you know what it is? Philip?
No.
Okay, this is Akram's thyme. I don't like tarragon. I can't stand tarragon.
Tarragon doesn't bother me like you.
See, I think it's the only seasoning other than oregano that I don't like. Hopefully you can hear it. It's definitely doing its thing in here.
Okay, so if you're Julia Child, all of a sudden we cut and we come back and it's all done and it's all presentable right there.
Yeah, we'd need some kind of good photographer.
Where's that? We need to do that.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Spiked iced tea.
What you drinking there?
It's peach Crown Royale with a little with a lot of iced tea, not a little. It's a little peach Royale with a lot of iced tea.
Little, meaning only half a bottle.
So the chickens haven't been out yet. They need to go out.
Nah,
Yes, they need to get
they're
out.
being punched.
And Penny asked me yesterday if the chickens get up before me. And yesterday, I was on my bike at 5:30. Chickens were sound asleep. At 6:30, they were still like all on their thing. This morning, I think
Oh, they were squawking before you got out of
it
bed.
was Ginger.
Somebody was laying
Everybody
there.
else was sleeping on their pole, but I think Ginger must have laid an egg
Yeah.
super early this morning.
I think she saw like a predator and it scared the egg out of her.
Oh, and Ricky laid her first egg in like 10 days.
Yeah.
Poor little Ricky.
Poor little peckerhead.
Her little head's all messed up. I know.
She's bald.
Not good, not good. And for anybody who was worried about those Seiko palms, they are moved and away from the chickens and Mackenzie. I had no idea that Seiko
And they look
palms-
beautiful.
They do. Thank you for moving them and planting them, honey.
No worries.
But that was like an APB that those things.
Yeah, I
could-
had no idea.
Deadly.
Yeah.
Deadly. All right, I'm just gonna move this over here. And,
We put them on the same side as those trumpet poisonous flowers.
oh great. So that side of the yard's all poisonous and this
Yeah.
side is,
Although the trumpet flowers can be poisonous for humans too, whereas the sago is not.
right, right.
It's not like we go around eating the flowers and the leaves of our plant.
True. And Mackenzie doesn't either, so
Yeah.
that's good.
She's a meat eater, not a vegetarian.
Exactly. So I do have to get the dish to cool before I add the eggs, or else we'll have scrambled eggs inside that contraption over there. So the zucchini is about to go in. That's not even a whole zucchini. This is gonna make a double batch,
It's a big zucchini, though.
right? They're huge.
Hey, I did not get new avocados for the minutia. Are those still gonna be good by Friday?
Yeah, I think so. All right. I need a bigger pan. Yikes. I see Tiffany from on my board. Tiffany does incredible charcuterie meat and cheese plates with all kinds of honeys and fruits and what the heck just fell?
Oh, one of these little gizmos.
Messing around with the kitchen
On one of
gadgets.
your Ronco kitchen cabinets.
It's not that thing
Right,
rocks. I love that thing. But anyway, we are keeping busy, wearing our mask wherever we go, and let's see, I'm trying to think what else to talk about. There's not really a whole.
You must be done.
I must.
Your food must be ready.
It's not.
No?
Yeah,
Uh,
not ready. Ouch. Ouchie pooch. That hurts.
I'm gonna tune into your show and see how you're doing.
I'm probably not doing very well because I'm burning myself.
I just got a notification Mary Beth is live now.
Oh, don't
Oh.
turn.
Geez, 17 minutes ago.
Ouch. Don't turn the volume on because it'd be too loud.
I know you
Ow.
do.
That
Except
hurts.
when I do.
Okay.
What'd you do?
Huh?
What'd you do? Burn
Hey
yourself?
Jennifer Ruiz, how are you? We had a fun little Jay Rodriguez yesterday. Sent him a cake on Monday for his birthday, and it's from Cake Art in West Hollywood, and it mysteriously arrived to his wrong address that he hasn't lived in 10 years. Even though I know his address, I sent it to the old address, and he had to go in his mask and steal his birthday cake that actually had his face on it. So I'm sure that if
That was funny.
it was funny. Oh my gosh. He's like, I haven't lived at this address for 10 years. And I'd sent him something before to the new address, but I was in my car, I was doing something quick, and I did not pay attention to the address. It was kind of funny. And I also sent him a couple libations from another company, and that was delivered to the old address. So he was really,
Did you tell him? I was not paying attention. Did you tell him how he got it?
yeah,
With his mask on?
he
goes
drove
and
over
takes-
with, yeah, he looked like
He's
this.
on somebody's ring system.
Yeah,
He's gonna
exactly.
be on America's Most Wanted.
I could have gotten him arrested and put in jail on his birthday, and that would have been horrific.
That would have been funny.
Yes,
We'd have been driving to LA to bail him out.
exactly.
Because it would have been your fault.
No kidding, right? Okay, so gotta get this whole thing sauteed. And then, I think the idea, oops, I can't leave that in there. I think the whole idea on the presentation is it comes out looking like a pie, and crispy and crunchy like a pie as well. But there's no flour, no pie crust. We lost connection for some reason. Are you on?
I'm still alive.
Huh. I got kicked out of Zoom today once.
Huh.
What's up with that internet? It's supposed to be like super sassy and good. Jen Ricks, I sent him some, Jen Ruiz.
Yeah. I was gonna say, I didn't see Jen Ricks.
Tito's, awesome, and I sent him Silver Patron and Greminier, so he could make margaritas. So we
What
keep
about
him,
the margarita, like the part that makes it a margarita instead of just,
wasn't that like the lime
tequila.
juice and stuff?
yeah.
I didn't send him that. I don't think they sell that kind of thing.
Sure they do.
I don't know.
I'm drinking it right now.
But yeah, not from Bevmo.
Yeah, they
Oh,
have all
they do?
kinds of mixes for margarita mix, yeah.
Okay, I
For
didn't
sure.
know.
Mhm.
Well, I was a slacker.
Oh, he was loving his margaritas though. He said over and over and over.
There you go.
Said it's the first time he's been tipsy in a long time.
Ha! I'm sure Jay would love the fact that we're all talking about it right now.
Do we believe that or not? I don't know.
I don't know, honey. I do not know, but I wish you guys could smell this. It smells pretty awesome. So again, at the end, we're gonna put the big round zucchini on the top with the cheese and the eggs and all that stuff stirred all together, and it should be delicious. And I'm gonna sign off. Please, guys, this thing is not over with. Hi, Scott Silverman, I see you. Scott does amazing work for anybody with addiction. He's phenomenal, and as we're sitting here talking about buying alcohol for people, Scott.
Is he your personal addiction manager? or
No,
what?
but
Okay.
I'm literally promoting Scott while,
While you're having a drink. Although it's non-alcoholic.
Exactly. Mine is iced tea. But Scott does fabulous work in San Diego and helps many, many people. And, a lot of people today, we're talking about depression, talking about health issues that typically they would go and have checked out, but they aren't going because the hospitals at one point and the doctor's offices at one point weren't functioning to accept anybody but COVID patients, although now they are. But people need to make sure they're checking their health and checking their hearts and blood pressure and if you have diabetes, all that stuff, right?
Yep.
And several people express that they're depressed, gaining weight. So again, please make sure you're touching base with somebody that can help you. I heard that there's therapists doing Zoom counseling. Somebody on our Trustegrity group this morning was talking about that and how important, because a lot of people living alone and staying inside.
Depressed and,
Yeah.
I mean, I just had my
Oh
friend.
my gosh.
Close friend since I was a child, who we
Oh.
just found out was found in a hotel room, dead.
Yeah.
And it appears to be suicide, but I haven't heard to confirm, but all indications appear it is. And man, I had been in touch with her in the last month a couple times, and I knew she was a little bit depressed, but nothing like that.
That's
You just never know.
horrible. And Philip went to
it's
school with
sick.
her. Yeah.
It just makes me sick.
Honey, I'm so sorry.
It just should never have happened.
No.
And I know being locked down for her, she's
Was-
so social. It just is not helpful.
Yeah.
But I'm not saying it was the cause. That's not why. There was other things going on in her life, I'm sure.
Right.
Yeah.
I know, it's horrible. So everybody, we won't say her name other than her initials, SB. Right? Everybody say a nice prayer for a beautiful gal. Her initials are SB.
And her two children.
And her two, yeah, oh dear
They're
God.
adults, but it
Yeah,
doesn't
still.
matter. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry about that bad news, you guys. We were just kind of went down a crazy little avenue.
Yeah, that was my dad, I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, it's a tragic situation, right?
Well, we were talking about your friend who helps people who are, dealing with issues.
Right. So, for people who are struggling, Scott Silverman is an amazing person to reach out to. Dr. Ken Druck is an amazing person to reach out to. We've got connections. We're happy to back message us and we can help you. And also, just please keep supporting our musicians that are not working yet, our restaurants that are open, that are allowed to be open. And I did see a list go by about a bunch of restaurants that have, not in San Diego, no one in San Diego, but a bunch of restaurant workers in the country that have COVID that had to now shut down the restaurants. So everybody's gotta be super careful, wear those masks.
We're being good in San Diego, let's keep
Yeah.
doing it.
Yep, crazy amazing. You know, like all the Cohen restaurants, phenomenal. Blade 1936, phenomenal. Anything,
man.
anywhere we've been.
Yeah.
Mention Road
All
it.
the restaurants we've been to have been good.
Yes.
There was one that had a little mishap, but they still overall were very good.
Right, and not anyone we know,
No,
because that's no bueno.
No.
And I frankly never want to go back, but you don't have to say anything about the restaurant. We're not going to bash them, but I
it was
just.
very good, that's all
Yeah.
I'm gonna say.
Yeah, San Diego's doing really well. That's the good thing. Hey, Billy Ray Smith, how are you? Hope you're doing well. Waving to you. I see you over on Instagram, and we've got Facebook Live as well. So everyone stay physically distant while staying socially connected. Wear your mask. We're going to be rocking some zucchini, corn, mushroom, cheesy pie and some steak. We're gonna go out back with Mackenzie and the Chickie Chews and make sure no one fights back there.
And if any of you are feeling sorry for us about that meal she's cooking, don't, because it's gonna taste amazing. Sometimes those keto diet type of food sounds like it's not gonna be good at all, and it tastes just as good as its counterpart that has noodles or whatever it's supposed to
gonna be
have. It's gonna be
delicious.
awesome.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
we're gonna have enough left over to share with lots of people, so.
Yeah, so
Any-
swing on by,
Yeah.
knock the door, we'll let you have some.
Yeah, we'll put some out in a container, for sure, right?
Yeah.
So, all right, everybody, stay safe, thank you.